It began with a desperate phone call that gripped an entire California community. A young mother's voice, raw with panic, told dispatchers she had been attacked outside a sporting goods store while changing her baby's diaper. When she came to, her 7-month-old son, Emmanuel, was gone. Within hours, Amber Alerts lit up phones across the Inland Empire. Police flooded parking lots. Neighbors searched the streets with flashlights. For a brief moment, everyone believed a stranger had snatched an innocent child in broad daylight. But Emmanuel was never kidnapped. Rebecca and Jake Haro were in their early 20s, still navigating the exhausting, unrelenting demands of new parenthood. To outsiders, they were just another couple struggling to make ends meet. Their small apartment filled with the usual markers of young family life: baby toys, bottles, and sleepless nights. Emmanuel, their only child, was known for his wide eyes and infectious giggle, the kind of baby who made strangers smile at the grocery store. But behind the walls of their home, the picture was more complicated. Financial stress, relationship strain, and growing resentment simmered beneath the surface. The morning Emmanuel was reported missing, the Haros played their roles convincingly. Rebecca clutched a blanket, sobbing in front of police cars. Jake paced, frantic and loud. The story spread quickly. An infant stolen from his mother's arms. News crews descended. Churches held vigils. Strangers prayed for Emmanuel's safe return. The community, hearts in their throats, clung to hope. Detectives, however, noticed the story had cracks. There were no signs of a struggle where the alleged abduction took place. No witnesses saw a man running with a baby. The timelines Rebecca and Jake gave didn't match. The surveillance footage failed to support their account. The attack Rebecca described grew weaker under questioning. What at first sounded like a terrifying kidnapping began to feel like a carefully rehearsed script. Then came the breakthrough. Digital evidence, phone records, search histories, electronic pings, told a very different story. Emmanuel had not been snatched from a parking lot. He was never even there. Data showed that his death likely occurred before the 911 call was ever made. The supposed abduction was a fabrication, a cover to hide the truth. When investigators confronted the Haros, the facade began to crumble. Jake's anger flared. Rebecca's tears became less convincing. Interviews revealed contradictions that couldn't be explained away. The community, once unified in sympathy, began to whisper. Could the parents themselves be responsible? The answer came swiftly. 8 days after the 911 call, sheriff's deputies surrounded the Haros home in Cabazon. Neighbors watched from behind curtains as officers led Rebecca and Jake away in handcuffs. The charge, murder of their own child. Emmanuel, they said, had never been abducted. He was dead, his remains still unrecovered. The arrest devastated the community. The same parents who had begged for their baby's return on camera now stood accused of ending his life. Vigils turned into memorials. Candles flickered for a child who never had the chance to grow up. The betrayal stung deeply. Not only had the community lost Emmanuel, but the trust they had placed in his parents had been shattered. The question of why lingers, heavy and unresolved. Investigators attribute the issues to resentment, exhaustion, and the overwhelming pressure of young parenthood. To some, Emmanuel had become a symbol of the couple's struggles, a responsibility they were unwilling or unable to bear. In their desperation, they spun a story of kidnapping, thinking the lie might shield them from suspicion. But truth has a way of surfacing. Today, both Rebecca and Jake sit behind bars, awaiting trial. Emmanuel's body has not yet been found, and detectives continue their search to give him a proper burial. For the people of Yucaipa and Cabazon, the case remains a haunting reminder that sometimes the greatest danger to a child comes not from strangers in the shadows, but from the very people sworn to protect them. The story that began as every parent's worst nightmare, a brazen daylight abduction, ended with an even darker reality. An infant murder disguised as kidnapping, a lie that unraveled piece by piece until nothing remained but grief, betrayal, and the echo of a child's short life.